Hello, friends. I'm Mary Chance, and I've come from the East End, and I was a Cockney sparrow.
I'm sitting in a chair in a care home, and I'm very, very comfortable. I was born in 1906, which of course makes me, what does it make me? Anyhow, you work it out.
My father is 95 years of age now, and having known him through my life, he's been a very loving father and always interested in what we wanted to do or what we had to do.
School and I didn't get on at all well together. I hated every minute of school and couldn't wait to leave.
We just went with a gang of girls, and we used to hang about at different places. We couldn't play in the street because horse and carts were going back and forth. And the policemen used to come down, and we used to run away and hide.
I grew up in Huddersfield in Yorkshire, and it was at the beginning of the war, and where I lived, our house was the only telephone in the road. And when the Zeppelins came over, the police used to ring my father to go and notify everyone to keep the lights off.
The rudder was jammed over because they'd hit us in the stern. They came in to finish us off, and there was machine gun fire. I was on the upper deck on the Akak, firing away at these planes, and that's when the damage was done to my ears, because I couldn't hear for about 48 hours after that.
He started at the Steel Company of Wales in Port Talbot when it first opened and worked there for somewhere in the region of 30 years, I think it was. Had a very hard job in the steelworks to what it is to a lot of people do today. Very physical.
I used to go to the post office and buy stamps and stick them on a card. I thought, save up what I can. And by the time I got married, I had £32 in there, which was a lot of money them days.
Well, when I was courting, I was very fond of dancing, and I was introduced to the Girls' Friendly Society. Well, they got fed up with dancing with themselves, so they said to the leader, can we have one or two boys or young men? I went to this night. My wife was there, and I've never heard of anybody telling people what a wonderful marriage they had compared with mine.
I had a lump come up on my side, and we went up the doctor's, and the nurse said, she said, you're not going home. She said, you're going straight to the hospital.
His personality was beginning to change, not so much in temperament or anything like that, but in memory, and there were dangerous situations really at home when he'd left the gas oven on, and fortunately they didn't smoke, but it was only through my mother smelling the gas that she realised he'd forgotten to turn the gas oven off.
I never dreamt of coming here. It's all an accident. I was feeding the birds in my garden. I stood on a rock to reach up to the bird feeder, and I slipped, and here I am.
But I've never regretted coming here. They are so good, the people are so good. They just can't do enough to help you.
If he was alone all day, every day, I think he would be afraid. He'd miss all the company, and they'd certainly miss him.
I get quite interested in their life story, but of course that's not the object of them being here. But you can't just not get interested in people that you're with every day, and I hope that they would say the same about me.
I actually get a lot of enjoyment out of knowing that I'm doing good to somebody. Somebody that can try and keep their independence. I just do everything I can for her.
Coming into a home frightens people because they feel that they're going to be sitting in a circle with others doing absolutely nothing. And everything is tried to make your life as interesting as possible, so that life doesn't become a chore and, oh, I've got to get up today and doing nothing. There is something there for you.
She's got much, much better than she was. If she stayed in the hospital or gone home on her own, I don't think she would be with us today.
Just because they're old doesn't mean that they're not wanted or their lives don't mean anything to anybody. The residents I work with, they mean everything to me.
And I just hope that people who have to leave their homes are as fortunate as I've been and find somewhere which you have your independence but as much help as you really need.
You're not who you are at the moment. You're the sum of all the things that have happened to you in your life which have brought you to who you are now.
His identity is still maintained. He's not being just left as someone whose mind is gone and left in the corner to deteriorate. By no means, no. By no means at all does that happen.
He so much enjoys standing amongst us in the choir and singing. And the remarkable thing about it is he remembers the words of the songs that he has learnt so many years ago.
I think my father will always try to sing to his last breath.
It's a working man I am, and I've been down underground, and I swear to God if I ever see the sun, or for any length of time, I can hold it in my mind, I never again will go down underground. It's a working man I am, and I've been down underground, and I swear to God if I ever see the sun,